So let's go with some Paladin this time.
Uther versus Malfurion.
That's right.
Must protect the wild.
I will fight.
I think I keep the muster, just to force him to have swipe. I also don't have a big amount of 3-drops anyways. Quality? No, not really. Definitely not lay on hands. What a clunky hand. Coin growth? Coin growth, shade? No? Okay. Okay, at least I got a 4-drop. If I won't be able to play the Truesilver champion. Shredder. There we go. Nothing to contest this. Will deal 8 damage to me at least. I will use the Truesilver next turn. If he somehow clears this. If he has swipe, he has to use coin swipe, so that's okay. Well, Consecration would be awesome right now. Never mind. Do I take... No. I'll have to hit the thing that comes out anyways. Saved myself 1 damage. Might have been different if I would have had a Quartermaster, but it's still kinda scary. And at least he didn't have a wild growth, so he has only 4 mana this turn. Okay, you want to clear the tokens, which means he doesn't do anything else this turn, so I get to develop my board. Everything's fine. That's sad. You can play... He still has the coin, so you can play 5 or 6 mana next turn. If he plays his own Belcher or Drake, I cannot really deal with it in a good way. I have to play the Shredder. Could have hit his face, but I feel like I might need the charge next turn. If he plays like Belcher, then I can trade hit. Or if he plays Sylvanas, then he at least...
I have no time for games.
And he at least just gets like what it comes out of it, or a 1/1. Or a Chow. Could give him a Chow. Now let's see what comes out of this. A Raptor. Yeah, let's increase the chances of something good here.
For justice.
Might have been better to give him this. Not sure. Okay, this lines up quite well. Which means I should have hit him before with 1 hit. Let's see if this 1 damage will matter though. I could also Quartermaster... No. This doesn't kill this. Problem with playing Truesilver is I can only hero power, but... I guess that's fine. He reduced the cost of 5 cards though, which is pretty huge. And he didn't play a single keeper yet, so... Tirion might just be an overcosted 6/6. I guess I'll leave them up, do I? Can play these 2. Seems pretty straightforward to me. Could also play this and hit here. I don't think that I want to use a Truesilver charge on that.
No wonder.
No, not really.
I've got the beast in my sight.
I could have made this trade before. Well, the only reason to do that is basically Savage Raw. Otherwise it can soak damage up from this and from my face and stuff. Yep. Oh, this worked out somehow. I might have to wait for my second muster if he has swiped though.
I must save.
Oh, there's Keeper. That's good here, that's okay there. Could play Sylvanas, it's also more on curve. And then I can hide my next recruit behind Tirion and then play the Quartermaster. Like in case that he has... But does it? No. It doesn't really matter if I take 3 or 1 to my face. So I think I should play Tirion. Like, even if he silences it, it's still 6/6, and he needs exactly the second keeper. Okay. That's a very valuable Divine Shield. I could sacrifice this here, but I think I'm going the more greedy way.
I have no time for games.
Doing it like this.
Don't test me, child.
The problem with hitting this one for free is that he has still another token for Savage Draw, and that if I can steal the rag with Sylvanas, then I'll get a 1/2, which is a lot less scary. Okay, so yeah, and since he didn't have silence, I can either steal something, like the rag next turn if I hit here, or I can hit with the Ashbringer on this, so I could almost every time kill it. I'm curious about this one. I think a 1/8 rag is quite okay for me. Let's see if I have lethal somehow. I can deal 10, 8. No, I would need this.
Let me think.
Let none survive.
Let's just do it smooth. Please. Juggler's, yeah. Juggler's a little bit more scary. Needs something more than just a hero power to kill them. Fun thing about this is he can't be targeted by his BGH in case he drew a lot of cards. He probably has BGH by now. So a 1/8 is even better in this case. As long as he doesn't have a board, of course. Oh wow.
Well played.
I actually thought he would charge here or something. Interesting enough. Sure about using the Peacekeeper on it, but it was on curve. I had a 3/3. And the 3/3 plus my 5 attack weapon would have added up to kill it, so I think it was a good tempo move. Why rogues? I haven't seen rogues in forever, basically. Do you keep a Peacekeeper? Don't think so. It's probably like one. Well, like. Okay. Let's see. So I think I won't coin it out just because. At least he isn't on the coin. That's something I have going for me. But this can kill every 3-drop of his. So I might want to use it on my turn 3. I think I don't want to use the Juggler without a guaranteed juggle. This is harder to kill because he has to hit with his weapon if he has backstab or something as I. Which means he takes 2 damage and I get rid of... yeah, exactly. I got rid of 1 weapon charge this way. Which means he might have... huh? What's that? Deadly poison? Might be deadly poison. It's the card he kept there in the mulligan, so... could be deadly poison. So the only question is, do I coin for hero power when I play Juggler? I have a turn 4, probably. Most of the time. I don't have a turn 5 though, so I kind of want to coin out Sylvanas. But if I just play this, and he probably has Deadly Poison. So he cannot really hit the Sylvanas recruit right now. Yeah, I'm going for it. Which means if he does something with like Violet Teacher, I need to use the Sylvanas recruit to hit him. Furthermore, this might be too 2 damage. Okay, fine. I think I have to kill this. Although my Juggler will die most of the time, but other option is to throw 2 knives, which doesn't do too much.
For justice.
I need to clear his board. Meh. He didn't clear the Juggler last turn, so we'll just assume that he can't. And even if he can, my Consecration clears the Puddle Stomper. I might take 6 damage because of something like Prep Tinkers.
I wonder.
Oh no, it's Prep Sprint. I haven't seen this in quite some time. Like, that's how he... yeah, it was a deadly poison here, but it's not this much of a problem, I think. Kinda don't want to use my Truesilver on... oh no, I have a second one now. Okay.
For justice. Reporting for duty.
I'm a little wondering what would have happened if I just hit his face 2 times. Would be at 12. Probably not. And Sylvanas will probably get sapped. But SI? SI.
This guy's toast.
So I want to kill this before.
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
Plydor at BGH, and I don't have an owl. Oh well, this is looking pretty grim. Yeah. Well, statistically he could have had 1 sap by now. I think if I kill this, I cannot win anymore. Because he will hit me for 6. I'm at 16. There's a lot of burst. This doesn't really work either. No. But I'm taking 9 this way. It's also quite bad for me. He has so much tempo now. It's almost insane. I would need an equality right now. Yeah, pretty much equality. If I play Master, nothing happens. I hit this.
I must move quickly.
My only strategy of killing this is hit it again, taking 12 now.
I have no time.
This doesn't... I think I lost anyways, but if I play Truesilver, hit this, I go down to 21. Then he hits me, it's 15, and then I hit it again. It's 11, and then I play the Consecration, and the Consecration won't kill the next minion he plays. So this doesn't work. I need to hope that he doesn't have a sap right now. That's about it. Then I can probably threaten something with Sylvanas, but if he does have it, nothing happens really. Okay. This worked out. I'm at 13 though. A little bit scary. Okay, I need to hit this. If I steal a 6-1, it's pretty bad for me, I think. Could play these. There's no real good way for me to do this here. If I steal this, I need to steal this and then get the best consecration of my life. But
Let none survive.
no, that's not true. But it's almost this way. Yes. Okay. That's pretty good.
Move quickly.
I'm not sure whether or not this is better than Muster. I'm probably dead anyways. Okay. Okay, Muster wouldn't have been great.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Muster still isn't great though. Ah. Okay. If he has... Tinkers is so bad for me. He just used Fan. Let's just go for this. I would have played Truesilver, hit this, and played Healbot, but... didn't have the mana for it. You would have done the exactly same play last turn if I played Master. So this way I might preserve my tokens. And I'm threatening a potential Quartermaster. Problem with Tinkers is it doesn't put it be ahead of 7 attacks, so I can't use the BGH. Still has so many cards though. This early sprint was very powerful. He either plays less burst or he didn't draw it. I feel like he doesn't play it too bursty. I can kill the teacher, but nothing else really. I could kill this instead, develop the boom. Seems pretty good for me. He didn't have a clear... unfortunately I don't have Quartermaster.
I can't do that. The battle! The battle!
And I have to leave this up, which is also kind of scary. But I simply don't have a good way of dealing with all this stuff. Like I could have Truesilver, hit this, and then I leave up like a 3-3 against like 2 1/1s and a stagger. And then nothing happens. Or I play the BGH, which might be actually, yeah. Which might be okay. Playing a BGH. Just because he might not run any high attack targets. He played Ron Drake also, on Shredder. So they might not, even with Tinkers, they might not be a target later. And the second he plays Tinkers, I'm probably dead anyways. I might have ult this actually. Why didn't I consider this? After the one Cleave got down, there's not much more to silence other than a second Shredder. And I guess he just plays one. Yeah, should have thought about it. Definitely has a sap by now, but Dr. Boom at least leaves something behind. That's not that great to accept. Feels like I can somewhat grind him out here. Not sure though. Yeah, there's Sap.
I'm ready to learn.
I can kill the 1/1 token, that's not the problem. I need to kill this one though. And this. Okay, so I get something that I can actually play with my Truesilver. Okay. Let's see. I guess I do this. Yeah. Okay, both of these die to Truesilver. Guess this increases my chances quite a bit. No, not really. Okay. It didn't matter.
Justice.
Oh no, I wanted to owl. Oh,
Reporting for duty.
okay. To deny him the 1/1s because they're not that easy to kill anymore.
Well played.
I'm dead anyways. Doesn't matter.
Well played.
Would have needed a lie on hands, I guess. Oh.
I'm ready to learn.
Ah, okay. It wasn't
I'm
comboed
ready
anyways.
to learn.
Ah, Rogue is pretty much unbeatable, I think, with this deck. Especially without both Lothab and Harrison Jones, there's no, not a really way without a pretty good draw against a pretty bad draw. I was pretty lucky with my Sylvanas, but you saw it, like, you're always playing from behind as a paladin, so this doesn't work out too much. Sadly.
Versus Rexar. Let's go hunt.
Oh, whoa.
I will fight with honor.
Keep. Oh, that's insane. Especially against Hunter. Doesn't mean I win, but that's a good start. So let me show really important in this matchup going first.
Traveler.
Well met.
Well met.
Wow, the next turn will be Knife Juggler or Minibot. What does this mean? I think either case it's Knife Juggler. I have an empty board and I have a muster upcoming, so if he plays something like Scientist or this one, I can simply muster it down.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Well played.
Okay, this was fast. It's like one grind you lose against the rogue and one very fast win against the hunter.
Uther versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I will fight
Yeah.
with honor.
Might have considered keeping Truesilver going second, but not going first. Not without nothing else to play. It's borderline enough. Yeah.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Okay, Minibot is quite good against this.
Shields up. Red alert.
Because even if he has something like Flame Cannon or Frostbolt, you cannot ping and play it. So you need something like missiles. Missiles and Frostbolt or something.
I'll show them.
Requires some resources, that's what I'm saying. That's bad though. Because I don't have a good way to deal with the mirror entity right now.
Reporting for duty.
And I don't really want to give him a Shredder, but that's probably my best option.
Someday I'll be just like you.
What basic? Wow. So, maybe I give him a Drake next turn. It's not as bad as a Shredder, especially because these two trade into a Shredder very well. So maybe just muster.
For justice, the battle.
It also gets rid of this one, which might give him some very good tempo moves, especially if he drops like Flamewaker and then, I don't know, Frostbolts my face. Something like that. It also checks for counterspells, so if it would have triggered counterspell, I could have at least played the Belcher next turn. That's why I just... giving him a 4/4 is also quite bad. Maybe I just give him a Healbot. It's another 3/3 on his side. Yeah, why not? I of course should have hit this first. Yeah.
Justice. The battle. The battle.
It threatens both these guys. It's the least valuable body I could give him. And it would have given me 2 more health if I would have hit this guy first. Okay. Well, that's annoying. For obvious reasons. Juggler is not really great also, but fine. Hit there, hit there, hit this, go! I might need the hits. 2 pairs. That's a fun situation. Okay. Quality is a fun draw also. Doesn't do too much though. If I had a... We're always playing the same cards, it seems like. I think Sylvanas is pretty good though. I'm taking 7 damage.
I have no time for games.
So I might be dead if he has some insane double fireball hand. But... Oh. Well, that's not helpful. We're supposed to give me something that can... Never mind. Hit this. Equality. Get one of these. Play Belcher. Seems alright.
For justice.
Well, I want of course to get the Shredder. Yeah.
Let none survive.
Because this can easily be pinged. But I of course get the other one. If he plays Boom or Rag now, I'm pretty much screwed. Uh-oh. Don't hit my Drake. Don't hit my Drake. Don't hit my Drake. Exclusively hit the Drake. That's great news. It's 6 plus 3, 9. But I can't afford to play the Lion Hands right now. Nope. I'll probably die here. Simple as that. Just because this thing hit the drag. Otherwise I could have like hit here. But... Oh, there's the drag. You should have played this last turn. Now I have a BGH. Let's see if I get another draw. If it just would have hit this one. My RNG at this game is pretty much screwed again. That's 4. I'm not 5. I'm not technically dead. I guess.
For justice.
I won't hit any more minions anyways. Oh no, well, no, okay. If he has a spell... Yeah, I should have actually, yeah. I forgot about the Mani Berserker. I should have hit one of these. Yeah, probably this one. Because I flooded the board so the Flamewaker wasn't as scary anymore. Did it matter though? Would have been 6, 7... Nah, not really. Nah.